Well, another job we're doing on Dad's allotment is to pick the onions that I put in earlier this year. Now, we actually put these in quite late, and we never expected them to grow very large. And as you can see, they're not the biggest of onions, but we've got a whole bed of them to bring out. And what they will be good for, given their size, is pickling. So back in the kitchen, we'll show you just how to pickle your onions. The first job to do back in the kitchen is a bit of a tearjerker. This lot need to be topped, tailed and peeled. When you finish peeling them, rinse them and put them into a large bowl like this. And what we're going to do next is salt them. Now the point about salting them is that it draws out from the onions a lot of the moisture that's in them, and the pickling process will replace the moisture in the onions with vinegar. But these are going to be salted and we need to leave them standing in the salt for 24 hours. The onions have been standing in the salt for 24 hours now, and they should be just about ready for pickling. Just tip it up to see if there's any liquid there. Yep, there it is at the bottom. So that liquid has been extracted by the salt from the onions. Next job is to put these under the tap to wash off the salt from them. After you've rinsed them, you then need to put the onions into pickling jars like that, pack them right down, and the next job after that is to make the pickling vinegar. Into a pan, put a litre of white wine or cider vinegar, add in about 350 grams of sugar, a level tablespoonful of black peppercorns, a handful of cloves and a sprinkling of ground mace, and then bring it up to the boil. Just a quick word about the amount of sugar to put in. Obviously we put in 350 grams into that 1 litre. It'll be reasonably sweet. If you don't like it sweet, then you can eliminate the sugar altogether or just put a small amount in if you like it quite tart. If you like it quite sweet, just add more sugar in. It's up to you. At the end of the day, it's your taste buds. Once it's come up to the boil, leave it to simmer for 1 minute. These are all the jars that we've got ready to fill with pickling vinegar, and what we're going to do in each one is put 1 star anise for both decorative purposes and for flavouring. Then pour the hot vinegar into the jars. This is one of the jars that I made this afternoon. Now leave it standing for at least a couple of weeks before you start using them. Preferably leave them standing a little bit longer. You just need a little bit of time for the vinegar to penetrate into the onions. But once they're ready, you're going to love these. I absolutely adore pickled onions. Not very good if you're on a date, but if you're not, really enjoy these.